Welcome to the Rundown Reborn channel. This week, I'm going to keep going with this area here. I've got to get these walls up, got to get this ceiling in, so we know what kind of space we have for our HVAC ducts. I've already done a little work over the weekend. I've gotten the rest of the floors down here and leveled, and I've started taking out some of the steps. I've got this wall here framed in, and this will be the separation between the stairs and the hallway where I'm standing right now. So I've taken some measurements and I've gotten an idea of what here is existing, and I'll show you here on SketchUp what I'm planning to do. Okay, so here I'm looking at SketchUp. SketchUp's a program you can basically do 3D modeling with, and it's really simple to use. I learned it in about a weekend. If you're interested in this program, you can go to sketchup.com, and I believe they have a free option to you that you can do right online. You don't have to install anything, you just get started. Basically what I've done here is I've taken measurements of the stairway and that room area and mocked that up right here. What we have here are the steps. I took out the curved part. I'm not going to deal with that. What these points are is where this existing stringer of the rise and run are. So I'm going to work with that and try to modify that as best as I can to make it work for what we need. What I show here is now the wall I already have built. And so this wall is in place, and it's going to be the wall that basically separates the stairway from the hallway. And I'll be able to insulate that because underneath the stairway is a stairway down into the basement, and I do have cold air through that wall. Once that's framed, I'll frame this out here. This is the other side of the hallway, and it has the door in that will go into the powder room. Once that's framed, I'll be able to go ahead and frame the ceiling of that, as well as the dividing wall, which is a 2x6 wall, giving me a little extra space for the plumbing that goes in both of those rooms. This area here is the master bathroom area, and this enclosed room is the powder room or the half bath. On this side of the wall will be the master closet for the bedroom adjacent to this area. As we transition over here to a view of the bottom of the stairway, you can see how that hallway comes in and begins the stair climb. I'm going to build a couple of platforms there to create a landing with one step transition between those, and go ahead and finish out the ceiling of the hallway. Here I'm showing a little bit of the extension framing that separates the closet from the master bath, and that will extend eventually on towards the wall of the master bedroom. So when I start to overframe this stairway, you can see how much here I've got to make up in this transition, that we have the existing risers, and I've got to block those out to a more comfortable rise and run. I'm going to keep the existing rise at 8 inches, but try to give myself a little bit more tread depth to be able to get your foot on there a little bit easier. I've had to add one angled step here at the bottom. It's not ideal, I didn't want to do that, but I found that with the head clearance, as you come around the base of the stairs there, it's just not enough space. To get at least 6 feet or more, I need to get one more tread into that main run. I'll probably wait to block out the upper string of stairs, as I don't want to tear up that stairs by building it too prematurely. As you can see here, eventually we'll be able to add the additional ceiling framing that we need to put those lower lids in place, and that should give us a nice clean plenum space up above that new false ceiling to do whatever we need to do. Bring plumbing down from the bathroom, bring air ducts around, ventilate the bathrooms, and so on and so forth. So at this point, I need to take what I've got here and take it to reality. What's really nice about the SketchUp is you can work all this out virtually in this 3D space. And then once you've got it all figured out, you can come back to this and just take measurements right off of the model and build the framing. It makes things so much easier, and there's less room for error. All right, so now you've got a sense of what I'm planning to do. I've got to take the rest of these steps out and maybe get this framing cleared up right here. This appears to be an original door opening. There may have been a side door to this house. It at some point had been framed in. This plywood's been screwed to the old door frame. I'm gonna have to wait to take this out when I open up the outside. Our plan is to put a window right here. We got a small window on order, Usually they take 2 weeks. It's looking like more like 2 months right now because of the COVID issues. So my plan is right now, I need to get this framing cleared out, keep these wires intact. These are new wires heading upstairs. Think I can get at least my sill position and locate the window vertically. Once this is out, this is framed in, and I can start to build this wall and this box out right here and create this landing that I'm planning. So without further ado, better get the reciprocating saw fired up. So now that I've got the wall skin flush, I can go ahead and start my new framing out. All right, so what I need to do is define where my hallway line is. So I know I want this wall basically lined up with the corner here. I want to go straight across here. So I'm going to take a measurement here from this face of this wall to this edge and just basically create a parallel line. Now I just want to basically create a line to set that wall on. So I've hung on to some of these salvage studs that I've taken out in other places in the house. These are some of the original studs. The reason I hang on to these is these old studs are actually almost 4 inches deep, where the standard stud is 3.5. So if I want to fill the whole cavity up and have a flush face on both the outside and the inside, I need to use these original studs. And we'll go ahead and cut this to length and screw it on in. So what I've done here is I've laid out where my window is going to be. I've got a 24 by 36 inch window. I'm going to put that right here in the middle here, with the top going to be at that existing head up above. Then the sill will sit right here. This will be wall below, and this spot right here at the bottom, that's where the platform or the landing is located, below that. That's where our platform is going to live. So one of the side benefits of using SketchUp is you can work out your framing in the program, and once you have it worked out, you can print out a section of the framing just like this, lay out the dimensions, and basically you have a template for the wall you're going to frame. So I can take these measurements, cut all my boards to the right length, and just assemble it together like a kit. Super helpful. Study those spelling words. Study them good. I'm going to quiz you in a bit. Rock solid now. That wall's not moving. I think we got it. What I've done here is I decided to go with a 2x6 wall. I've got a powder room right here and a master bath right here. I've got toilets that are back to back, as well as a lav station and a full height shower back to back. I just gave myself a little extra wall space to be able to get whatever plumbing I need in there worked out. Let's keep it going. Well, that pretty much finishes up what I wanted to accomplish in this area. Powder room's fully enclosed, and I've got my ceiling framing up. We're good and solid. And so now that we're framed out, I basically need to get back to what I was doing here at the beginning, now that I have some walls to anchor into, and try to get that stairway platform built. Well, that's it. I've got this place framed out. I think we've got enough information here for my HVAC contractor, and I think they'll be able to do what they need to do. That's all for this week, and I appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next time.